Welcome back. Will Worsham and Bruce Porter are joining us this afternoon. And, you know, we've talked about it before. You have another big estate planning thing coming up.
We filled up the last one and had people, you know, still waiting in line. So we rolled them over to this one.
They still out there?
No. We let them go home.
Oh, okay. All right.
Next Tuesday night, we're going to do it all over again. And we got a couple seats left.
Yep.
Yeah, so call now.
June the 18th, and the next one's on July 23rd. So the 18th at 6 o'clock, show up, learn something. You know, knowledge is power.
Oh, yeah.
You know, if you're informed, you can make better decisions. And the good thing about what Will does with these workshops is he explains it in a way that us common people can understand it. And you don't have to have a legal degree to follow along.
Yeah, which is helpful. Who goes first? Do you fight it out? Who goes first?
No, Bruce opens for me.
Oh,
Yeah.
he's your opening act. Gotcha.
Yeah, you know,
Good.
Abbott, Costello, that type of thing.
Okay.
But no, he does a real good job. I mean, the comments we get are people actually say, you know, I kind of get it. I understand more than I did when I came. And that's what we're going for, is trying to keep our community informed on how easy it can be to get your planning and process started. You know, 64% of Americans don't even have a will. So when we consider our aging population and the demands that it's going to put on our finances to pay for our care and pay for our longevity, having a plan, I think you'd agree, makes sense.
Yeah, I was talking to somebody earlier today, and you know, they're in their 30s, and they were talking about estate planning and kind of who's your market. I said, well, you know, you do think it's people that are getting a little older and thinking about retirement, but I said, really, the best time to plan is now, regardless of your age.
Absolutely.
Because as we were talking about, people are concerned about that cost of long-term care. And the best way that we take care of people in long-term care and protect their estate is with a combination of what we do.
Yeah.
Bruce gets them into a really good long-term care insurance package. We put them in some type of revocable plan so that they have complete flexibility from the legal side, but they're protected from the financial side. And then when that long-term care does come up, they've got the money to pay for it, and enough time and margin for me to come in and put some irrevocable things in place to protect those assets.
Right.
So it gives them the best flexibility and the best protection. But you got to start young. It's way cheaper when you start young.
Absolutely.
I was going to ask, if it's real planning, you're talking about people who are in their 20s and 30s. If you're talking about real planning, for people who are, you know, near retirement age, it's recovery and, oh my God, what can I do at
But
this
still,
point?
everybody can benefit from this.
Oh, absolutely.
Of the above.
Yeah, but you know, sometimes we find ourselves in what we call emergency planning.
Yeah.
You know, we know that the long-term care facility, that's imminent, and so we're just kind of scrambling at the last minute to try to protect whatever assets that we can. Whereas if we'd gotten the chance to start 2 years, 3 years, 5 years is kind of that magic number, we can do a lot better for people. But 10 years, 15 years, 20 years, we can do even better.
I'll tell you one thing too, and you mentioned young people coming in, and there's anybody can come. There's not an age requirement here.
Right.
But I would venture to guess that some young people out there who have aging parents might
Absolutely.
benefit from listening to you, because they may be able to fill mom and dad in on,
Absolutely.
let's have a conversation now about what we're thinking
Yeah, because
about
they
doing.
may very well be the caregivers.
You ain't kidding,
Right.
because that could come back and be a real problem down the road for everybody
Well,
involved.
usually the biggest asset for a young family is their family,
Yeah.
their children. What happens if mom and dad go to dinner and they don't
And they don't come home.
Who's going to take care of the children? Who's going to pay the babysitter and step in and make sure the kids are secure and safe? So, you know, planning takes on a lot of different stages in life. So you take young people, they've got aging parents. Yeah, they come and listen and they understand how important it is to have a plan in place. It's not just about buying life insurance. Who's going to take care of my children that night? That's what is really difficult to think about. But now you bring up mom and dad. So they come, they listen, they learn. Then they go back to mom and dad and go, you know what? I'm going to be responsible for taking care of this when you can't or you're not here. So why don't we put some type of planning in place so it makes it easier so I can, validate your wishes.
Exactly.
That's
it's
important.
a conversation that needs to happen before it's too
Well,
late.
a lot of times
Yeah.
the kids don't want to start that conversation, but if you'll bring them to us, we'll start that conversation for you.
Yeah.
That does open a door.
It does.
We can answer
You bet
those
it
questions.
Yep.
All right, all right. And, of course, if you have legal questions for Will, you can email him at wworsham@color10.com. And, of course, he'll be answering the questions on the show. But up next, Will and Bruce are going to stick around for dollars and cents.
Yep, we're going to continue the conversation, so don't go anywhere. Ozarks Live will be right back.